Right, I'm going to get making.
So first up I'm using a Dremel, which is a manly tool for people that are not very manly. It's a little saw really.
Hi friends, it's me Keith Lemon and welcome to another Keith Lemon's Halloween doings. Today what I'm doing, if you don't know what I'm doing, is I'm going to do a creative make crafts / make thing. I'm going to make something. What I'm going to make is an Oliver Reed Curse of the Werewolf Candy Bowl Holder. That's unique, isn't it? So join me as I make it. I'll take you through the process, and if you're very good like me, you'll also be able to make one. So some of the stuff that I've got here, I've got a plastic bowl here that you can get from, I got this from a cupboard. I've got some bits of wood which I got from B&Q. I like to go to B&Q and just look at padlocks and stuff and feel really manly, because I'm not that manly. I bought a werewolf mask from Sainsbury's. This was £10. It's alright for £10, but I'm going to cut it up and use the fur. I'm also going to be using some Super Sculpey, which is my new obsession. I like sculpting things with this. I've recently discovered the joy of sculpting things. You may have seen me on Creating Crafts YouTube channel where I sculpt things on there, or you may have seen me on my YouTube channel, this one, Keith Lemon's Doings, which is now Keith Lemon's Halloween Doings for this week until the big day, Halloween Day. So let's get on with making Oliver Reed as the Wolfman from the film Curse of the Wolfman Candy Bowl Holder. Let's have a picture of him so you know what he looks like. Right, I'm going to get making.
So first up I'm using a Dremel, which is a manly tool for people that are not very manly. It's a little saw really. You should really cut it with a saw, but I can't be bothered. I've got some pieces of wood. I'm going to make a skeletal frame with the wood.
Always use protective eyewear. You don't want pieces of bits going into your eyes and rendering you blind. I'm not a carpenter, but this can be as messy as you like because you're not going to see the innards. I'm no Craig Phillips from Big Brother. I can't build shelves, but as I said, you're not going to see it because it's going to be covered in bubble wrap. I'm a bubble sculptor. I sculpt with bubble wrap.
Jimmy Longlegs has just landed on me. That's got to be good luck, hasn't it?
Like I say, I'm no Craig Phillips from Big Brother. I'm not a carpenter and joiner. But this is the basic skeleton that's going to go inside. That will go on there like so. And then now I will create Oliver Reed from Curse of the Werewolf as the werewolf holding this bowl, which we will put candy in, which is American for sweets. I've covered it in black packaging tape simply because the bubble wrap is going to stick to that better than it would if it was just plain wood, I think. So now get some bubble wrap and build your sculpt around it. Remember, he's going there. Hands will be holding it. Fake hands that you make. Right, let's bubble sculpt. So this is where I am with him now. Looks a bit weird. Only a bit weird, but you can see he's coming on now. It's like he's got a stake shoved through his stomach there. Should be in his heart. So what I'm going to do now is build hands, then sculpt face. We've got to cover him with hair. That's why there's no point in making this all tidy. And yeah, he's coming along. It's a dream. I'm now making the hands, or the paws, or the claws. Hands. Just making ears. What's a werewolf without pointy ears? It's a deaf werewolf. Time lapse. So before you start moulding this Super Sculpey, just massage it a little bit. Make sure it all becomes like one component. You don't want it cracking because sometimes it has a tendency to crack once you've cooked it in oven. It's very serious, wasn't it? I've only recently started sculpting stuff, but I really enjoy it and feel like I'm getting better at it. You might have noticed I go really quiet when I'm making things because I'm in the zone. That was me just being quiet, so you knew what I was saying was true and not a lie. So these are my ears. I'm going to pop these in the oven 15 minutes at 135 degrees. Whilst they're cooking, let's go to an ad break. Alexa, play something right good. Just painting these little hands that I made. It's exciting, isn't it? So as you can see, his little wolf hands are made now. There's always one that comes out better than the other, and I think it's the left hand which has come out better than that one. Which is weird because my left hand is totally useless. I can't pick my nose with it. There's loads of things I can't do with it, but I can't think of straight off my head. But I can't write with it. That's what I can't write. I'm right-handed, me. So yeah, I'm gonna stick these on once I've got the fur on the wolfman's head, Oliver Reed, because I don't want them to accidentally get broke or anything. Because this is quite delicate. It's a little bit like hard plastic. I don't know if you've heard of Fimo. It's a bit like Fimo. It can break. So you've got to be careful with it, but you know, it's not to be played with. It's not a toy. It's just an ornamental, decorative candy bowl holder. You're going to put sweets in here. That's all. So you're going to be playing with it. Just, oops, what time is it? I'll go check and see if my ears are cooked. It's a weird sentence, isn't it? Just throwing the fur on. What I said would happen, happened. Finger fell off. What if? Hairs everywhere. Okay, my friends, this is where we're at with him now. The Oliver Reed Curse of the Werewolf Candy Bowl Holder. It looks like it's been staked in his hoo-has. Or indeed, he's got a very plasticky black hoo-ha. And that's going to go on there. I'll glue the hands to it. But first, we've got to make his clobber. Now, this is not as easy as getting a sewing machine out and just making clothes, which again, I'm not very good at. So what we're going to have to do is sew the clothes by hand onto him. And then he's done. So let's now make his clobber all ripped up and shredded, just like in movie. So all the pieces of fabric for the shirt and trousers are cut out now. I used an old bed sheet, so if you're going to use an old bed sheet, make sure you ask your wife or your mum or your dad or your brother's uncle. Now what I'm going to do is sew them together. Some of it I will be sewing together with a machine, some of it by hand. So let's do that boring process. No, it's not boring, it's fun, it's rewarding, because at the end of it, you have Oliver Reed, Curse of the Werewolf Candy Bowl Holder. It's exciting. Just making the frills on his frilly shirt now. Take a long strip like this, twice the size that you would like zip the strips. If the frill's coming down here, you need to make that twice the length, not just down here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Good. Kind of making a concertina. Concertina? I don't think I've ever said concertina. Concertina. That's one side done. Look, frilly shirt. Frilly shirt. Seen those frills? Ooh, check out your frills. Just making his trousers. All the sewing's been done that can be done on the sewing machine. Now I'm using needle and thread, old school. Still sewing. Nearly there. Whilst I'm still sewing, let's have a little clip of Oliver Reed in action in The Curse of the Werewolf. Fantastic film. Ooh,
the curse
scary
of
eyes.
the werewolf that was laid on a baby who grew into a man possessed by a monster.
Baby grew into a man. There he is, good looking fella.
To this Spanish town, the night brought drinking and dancing, music and girls.
Music and girls.
And the moon. The full moon that turned an innocent man into a savage beast. The curse of the werewolf. A man possessed by a desperate need for love.
Passion.
Who found in Christina all the passionate sincerity of youth.
Christina, do you love me? Will you marry me, Christina? You say you love me, will you marry me?
Marry me! Yes. The stress. Very demanding. A dream of love. A nightmare of horror.
Help me! Get away! Get away! Get away!
Get away! Marry me! Get away! Marry me! Get away! Oops, I rolled up. Get this door off! I love. What's he going up there? Is he drunk again? Ooh, cheeky pigs. Burn the werewolf, burn the may have this. Curse of the Werewolf. Produced by Anthony Hines, directed by Terence someone, Mississippi name. Curse of the Werewolf there, which terrified me when I was a little kid. That film came out in 1961. Obviously, I wasn't born then. I don't know what age I saw it, but I can remember when I was a kid, I used to watch horror films when on like a Saturday night. And yeah, I can remember watching that. Just that old fella that's in the prison cell with him. He terrified me. Anyway, I'm almost done. All I've got to do now is the fun part, which is to rip his shirt up that I've just made. So I won't reveal him. I'll rip his shirt up. Yeah, any dog then. So I'm just ripping it so his hair's coming through. So it looks authentic, just like a werewolf in real life. I don't have the strength to rip a bed sheet. Oh, you've just seen him. This is very cathartic, actually. I remember when I was a kid and I used to rip up my pyjamas pretending I was the Incredible Hulk. I say that again because something went off on my phone. Oh no, I won't. Just what I said. Oh, that reminds me of the Hulk. That's a Hulk split. Almost done. Just going to glue the ball on now. It's exciting, isn't it? Gluing balls on. Oh, it's hot. Ow, 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 ow. If you're using a glue gun, it's a good idea not to do it around children because you might say, F at her. Ow, motherfucker. So I've fudged up a bit because of the weight of the sweets. When you put them in the bowl, it tipples over. It's going to smash his face. So I'm making a little base. I'm going to paint that sort of stony colour. And it looks like he's on the cobbles of Coronation Street or somewhere else. I'm using Deco Art, chalky finish white and grey. I'm painting with a sponge. This is just foam ball that I'm painting a stony colour. And there you have it, in all its splendour, Oliver Reed from the 1961 movie The Curse of the Werewolf Candy Bowl Holder. He's got some sweets in there. He's saying, do you want some? With the other hand, he's saying, here, take some. It costs about £10 to make, excluding the Super Sculpey, which I already had. I had to buy a werewolf mask from Sainsbury's for £10. That's where I got the fur from. Everything else was just bits that I already had. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then press like, subscribe, and join me tomorrow for more Keith Lemon's Halloween doings. If I don't see you for a week, I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow. There was something niggling me. It's just too clean, so I've dirtied him up a bit and added some blood. Happy Halloween. There he is. Excuse me.